I don't know if you know this, but as a firefighter, you either cleaned well or you cooked well. And I didn't like to clean, so I cooked. I'm showing you today my famous chili recipe. Check it out. Already cut up 4 onions here. Put some sea salt in it. Here I've got a bunch of chopped garlic also with sea salt in it, getting it ready. I'm gonna saute the onions until brown, and then I'm going to add the beef as well as the garlic. Once we get these looking a little brown, I'm gonna add the beef. Now that's about 4¼ pounds of beef right there. Okay, I got some dark chili powder, and I'm gonna add some taco seasoning too. Honestly, I add this until the color's right. While I'm doing that, my magical assistant will be opening up these cans, and we'll put in some diced and whole tomatoes. Doesn't really matter what brand. Got different types of beans. I like to have a variety of beans and a little bit of Rotel chili. Now I have that on high to brown it. And I change it to about medium high until I get this starting to be mixed and brown. I added in some of the dark chili powder and some of the taco seasoning. I turn that from high to medium. I'm going to start stirring this just to mix it and start getting it brown. Now mix this really good, and I keep mixing it till it's pretty much all the way cooked. And we have our can opening assistant. She is cautiously draining the beans. Oops.
Only one falls out.
Right, getting these ready to go. All right, once we get it close to cooked all the way through, I'm gonna put all of the garlic in there. This is, I don't know, a couple heads of garlic. It's not garlic. I love garlic. Gonna keep that cooking until, again, it's cooked through. And I added more chili and taco seasoning because it is going to dilute with the tomatoes. Later, I'm gonna season it to taste in case I haven't added enough. I have salt in there with the onions and with the garlic. I'm gonna start adding the beans. You can leave the beans out. I like them. Typically I'll use red, white beans, and some black beans, and you know, call it red, white, and blue, but there aren't really any blue beans. A lot of people use just red kidney beans, but I like to mix it up. All right, last can of beans. I don't know, I got like 5 cans of beans in there. This is not a perfect mixture. And every time I make it, it's a little different. Okay, we got that stirring in there, and next we're gonna add the tomatoes. I have diced, and I have whole tomatoes. I love when I grab a whole tomato out of my chili and get to eat it. It's just fantastic. Whole tomatoes. This is a big pot of chili. You know, I do not know how to make small quantities of food because, you know, with the fire department here, we're cooking for a lot of people. And it's funny because almost always dinner's right at 5:30 at the fire department. And we kind of do the same thing here. So this is gonna feed our family for a little while. And finally, some of the Rotel tomatoes. It gives a little bit of spice, but not too much. Okay, we're gonna mix this up. I wanna mix it enough to get the meat off of the bottom and some of the liquid down there, and then we're gonna turn it down just a little bit, so we don't wanna burn it, and we're gonna let it simmer for a while. Now, I started cutting everything up around, I don't know, just right at 5. So it's taken me about 18 minutes to get this going, and quite frankly, the meat is cooked, and it doesn't take long for the tomatoes to come to heat. You don't really have to cook anything else too much, and it'll be ready in no time. And Zeno's doing some cleanup action, making sure that our cans are all clean so that we can recycle them without flies. After it's been going for a little bit, we're gonna test the seasoning and maybe add more if we need it. I always have onions and garlic available, and I pick up extra cans of beans and tomatoes so that at any given time we can just grab 4 pounds of beef and make a meal. Just like I said, 5:30. Well, we're at 5:32, so we have a perfectly done batch of chili. Family is going to love this. Now, I do not put flour or any extra stuff in there. This eventually thickens on its own too, and who doesn't like a little bit of sauce in their chili? Nice bowl of chili. Some people put it over rice, but we definitely have some cheese in there. And if you want to cool the heat down a little bit, add some sour cream. Bon appetit.